sometimes there is a misconception about what a systems integrator can do, but it's partly about how we pitch to our customers, how we talk to our customers, and how they understand our value with them. Some of our customers, some systems integrators, I believe, are treated like an installer, and they come in, fit equipment, and then move on. Diversified are very, very focused on longevity in the relationships, driving value to them, and being there as a lifecycle partner throughout the duration of that the equipment usage. So, managed services are very important. Being consultative with them, solving problems, and really being in lockstep with their strategy to ensure that we align with their needs and we can fix their problems. There's still a lot of hardware in our industry, but our journey with our customers starts very, very early. We look to work with them in terms, and again, line with their strategy, understand what their strategic direction is, and then you start working through building up. We can help them with their proof of concepts. We can drive designs, design standardization, and then the hardware follows afterwards. But the managed services on the end of it is really about making sure that they achieve their goals. We provide them with ROI, and they can actually understand how well utilized and how successful those project deployments have been. And we're even looking at things like AI now to help, and remote monitoring to help them understand, to help do self-healing and those types of things within their environments. I think it's a lot less project-based now. We tend to work, so the way it's changing, the environments it's changing into involves much more around programmatic approach. So instead of looking at a single project, looking at their entire infrastructure and their global goals for that customer, and then deploying across all of that. So it is much more programmatic, much less projects. I mean, the projects are obviously within that program, but we treat it as we treat it holistically as for that customer rather than looking at individual projects. So we are seeing changes in the types of works that we're doing. There's a lot more experiential business. We're seeing a lot more of our customers looking at driving extra value out of the spaces that they have. So and trying to drive people back to work. And in fact, more than just that, we've been seeing the office space needing to be able to provide for hybrid working, and I think that's going to continue to evolve over the next few years. But there's also we're also seeing internal communications becoming a really big driver within the workplace, and so we're seeing a lot more corporate broadcast environments, and companies trying to get their messages across to their employees, and that's where really Diversified comes really strong. We have a huge broadcast background, and so we've been investing very heavily into those skill sets. Obviously, IT continues to drive it. So if you haven't got the IT skills, you can't deliver those projects. So we're continuing to invest in the IT space too, and we're starting also to see a lot of standardization around the broadcast medium. So I think everyone's seen over the last 10 years or so, mobile phones make everyone a broadcaster. Video conferencing makes everyone a broadcaster. So how do we standardize on those mediums to actually to allow us to utilize that video broadcast in much more efficient way? So it's going to be very interesting to see how IPMX and NDI manifest themselves and how that integrates into the AV over IP world in our industry. It's going to make everyone a broadcaster. It's going to make it much more efficient. So Diversified over the last few years has really been growing very, very fast in this market. We're obviously known well for our AV and our broadcast and our sports arenas in the US. We've brought those skill sets to the EMEA region. We're growing very heavily on the continent as well. We've been investing in teams. We've got a new German office that's in the process of opening. and that's all to serve our enterprise customers. So enterprise customers come to Diversified, we can cover their requirements anywhere in the world, and that's from the start of the life cycle all the way through to the end. And we're going to continue to grow and invest in the region to support that.